application of everything that we touched on part A and part B. Let's now put everything and see if we can apply that which we touched on in solving your trigonometrical equations. Now we are given an equation here. They want us to evaluate each of the following without using a calculator. Reduce each angle to an acute angle and use special angles. Now, I will try to write the given statement here. They want us to evaluate. Right, that's what they want us to evaluate. Without the use of calculator. They want us to reduce each angle to an acute angle and use special angles. Right. Okay. Now we are given sine 330 degrees. That's what we are given. Now, in evaluating without the use of calculator and so forth, now it will be sine open bracket 360 degrees minus 30. We know that sine 30, when we minus 360, when we minus 30 from 360, it will give us sine 330. Then we are then left with sine negative 30 degrees. Then we can then use the negative angles identities, meaning converting the negative angle in being positive. That means we will have negative sine 30 degrees. We have now converted the negative sign in being positive. Without the use of a calculator, it means we will be using we are having negative sine 30 degrees. We will be using your special angles. We'll be using your special angles. This is your Y, this is your R, this is your X. Then we know that it is 1. This would be your 2. This would be your 3. Now, we know that's what we have. Whether you write it your special angles this way. I don't know why I like writing them that way. Whether it is 30 there, it is 60 there, it doesn't matter. It will be 1, 2 square root of 3 there. Okay. Now you are having opposite over hypotenuse. Now we know that sine 30, it will be a negative 1 over 2. Now we have evaluated without the use of a calculator. This would be our answer to that question there. This would be our answer to this question there. Okay. Now let's look at the second question or the second sum. Let's say we are given now cos 200 open bracket 215 degrees. Without the use of a calculator, without the use of what? Of the calculator. Now, 270 minus, okay, 200, we can then use the coterminal principle or the negative identity to make this a positive angle there. Okay, we can. But we know that we will then have cos 215 degrees. Then our cos 215 degrees, it falls under your third quad. Okay, it falls under your third quad. And we know that under your third quad, what it is positive, that which it is positive, it is, remember, it is 270 minus or 180 plus. That which it is positive on the third quad, it is tan. It means here we are having cos 180 degrees plus plus 35 degrees. Now 180 plus 35, it will give us 215 degrees. Then we are now having cos 35 degrees. But we know that the fact that it is on the third quad, sine there it is what? Cos there it is what? It is negative. It means it will be negative cos 35 degree. Here we can use the special angle because we are having the angle of what? Of 35 there. Okay. Now let's look at another equation. If we have another equation. All right. Let's say we are given sec negative 150 degrees. Now in using the negative, then we will have sec 150 degrees. It will be positive in removing the brackets. If we were to remove the brackets, we'll then have sec 150, a positive angle. But this one, it will be sec 180 minus 30 degrees. We know that it falls under your 180 minus. 180 minus, okay? It's on your 90 plus or 180 minus. It's on your second quad. Then on your second quad, we know that it is sine that which it is positive. It means here we're having sec negative 30 degrees. Then sec negative 30 degrees using the negative identities, it will be negative sec 30 degrees. Now, this is the inverse, or rather, it is the reciprocal of cos. It is one and the same thing as 1 over cos 30. Now, using your special angles, opposite, we know that cos, it is adjacent over hypotenuse. We know that. Okay. Now, it will be negative 1 over cos 30. It is one and the same thing as negative 1 over. Remember, it is opposite, it is adjacent over. It is square root 3 divided by 2. It will be one and the same thing as negative 2 over, right. When we simplify this further, it will be that. This is how we applied everything that we touched on so far. Okay. This is how we apply that which we've touched on so far. Let's look at example there. Let's look at another example. Let's say we are given 3. Let's say we are given 3 tan open bracket negative 135 degrees there. And they want us to simplify without the use of a calculator. Then without the use of a calculator, it will be negative 3 tan 135 degrees. That's what we will have there. Then equals to, oh, what's happening now? Equals to negative 3 tan open bracket 180 degrees. It will be 180 degrees minus 45, because 180 degrees minus 45, it will give you 135 degrees there. Okay, then here we will have negative 3 tan negative 45 degrees. When we convert this to being positive, it will be negative multiplied by negative, because we will have negative 3 multiplied by negative tan 45. Negative times it will be positive. Now I'm just taking the long dry so as to see, because here you are having multiplication. Then it will be positive tan 45. Then we know that tan 45 equals to 1. It all means it will be 3 multiplied by 1. Our answer, it is 3. Without um, without using what, the calculator, without the use of a calculator. This is how we apply everything that we've touched on so far. Let's further look at another application. Let's further look for another application. Let's say we are given, they want us now to simplify. Okay, without the use of a calculator, again we are given 2 sec 300 degrees minus tan squared, open bracket, negative 135 degrees, close bracket, minus 2 cos squared 90 degrees plus 3 sine 210 degrees. They want us to simplify without the use of a calculator. Now, if that's the case, this is what we will have. We will have 2 sec, open bracket, it will be 360 degrees minus 60, because when you minus 60 from 360, it will give you sec 300. Okay, it will be minus, open bracket, minus tan square theta. By now you know that which principles are we applying. Okay, then here it will be minus 2 cos squared 90 degrees. Then it is the same as here on the squared. It is the same as writing the sum this way. It is the same as writing it this way. 2 open bracket 90 degrees squared. Okay, it is one and the same thing writing it that way. Plus, we are having 3. The third one, it is 3 sine, open bracket, 180 degrees plus 30. Because when you add 30 to 180, it will give you 210. That's what we have. We have used here reduction formulas. We have used reduction formulas. That which I did here, it was the application of what? Of reduction formulas. And again, we've applied the negative angle identities, converting the negative angles to being what? The positive angles. Okay. Now, let us apply that principle again under your acute angles. Now, we will then have 2 sec 60 degrees plus tan, this one, it will be plus, negative multiplied by negative, it is positive, right? It will be positive. Then we are having we will be having tan squared, open bracket, 180 degrees, minus 45. Did I write it? Oh, I didn't write it there. Okay, but anyway, minus 45. Because 180 minus 45, it gives you 135. Minus 2 cos, open bracket, close bracket, 90 degrees squared. Okay, minus 3 sine 180 plus 30 degrees. Right, that's what we have there. Then from here, we can then use the special angles. We can therefore use the special angles. Sec, it is the reciprocal 1 over cos. Then we know that cos 60, it is half. Then the fact that it is sec, it will be 2. Okay, it means we are having 2 times 2 here. Because your cos 60 is 1 over 2. It's reciprocal, it will be 2 divided by 1. Then it makes it what? 2. Right. Then minus tan 45, we know that it is what? It is 1. Whether it is squared 1 to the power 2, it will be what? 1. Then it will be minus. We come to this one. It is 2. We know that cos 90, it is what? It is 0. Then it will be 2 multiplied by 0. Then we come to the fourth one. The fourth one, sine 30. Sine 30, we know that it is half. Multiply by your coefficient there. It will be 3 multiplied by half. Then we lend ourselves. I don't want to write on the second page. It will be equals to. We are having 4. 2 times 2, it is 4. Minus 1. This one, it will be 0. Okay. Minus 3 over 2. Now, when we add and subtract, our answer would be 3 divided by 2. When we add and minus when we minus and add, our answer would be 3 over 2 there. That's our answer. Because you are having 4 minus 1 equals to 3. Then you can take out the common factor. The common factor would be 2. Then you will take that long method. How many times does this one go through that one? It goes so many times. Yeah? Then it will be bad. It will be yes. Then you come and you do this one, 3 over what? How many times does 2 goes into this one multiplied by? Then you realize that it will give you 3 over 2 at the end of the day. All right, that's the root that we took there. Now, this is how you apply this given formulas there, or rather applying everything that we did in solving your trigonometrical or simplifying or calculating without the use of a calculator. While we are at it, please do this one for me. Sine 140 degrees. This is for your own practice. Just practice with this. Sec 265 degrees. Okay. Now, all of them express this one. They are saying express each of the following in terms of functions of a positive acute angle. You need to express them in a form of, in terms of function of a positive acute angle. That's what you need to do on these two sums there that I gave you. Then do this one as well as a way of practice. tan open bracket negative 225 degrees. Okay, and number 4 would be cosec negative 120 degrees. On this one, they are saying without using a calculator, write down the exact values of the following. Without the use of a calculator, write the exact values of that. Right. Then the last one, just for your own practice, write them down. If you need answers, just indicate for me under the comment section that you need me to give you solutions to those problems here. This one, they want you to simplify. And number 5th, we'll put asterisk there because they want you to simplify the following trigonometric expression without using a calculator. You are having 3 cos 150 degrees minus sine open bracket minus 45 degrees close bracket plus 2 tan 420 degrees plus sec squared open bracket minus 120 degrees. Now, this one, they want you to simplify. Simplify. They want you to simplify without the use of a calculator. Now, if you want solution to these problems, just indicate for me on the comment section, then I will send you solutions. Thank you, good people.